Today I'm going to try and make a foundation for a couple cool riffs to bridge the gap between the intro and the breakdown that I wrote. We're going to see how we go. I'm not sure how many sections I want. I was playing around with some drum parts for 2, maybe 3, but we'll see how it goes. I might just make one section with a double time beat, kind of to bring some energy in, and then bring it back down for the build up, for the breakdown, try and make that hit really hard. I'm going to see what kind of works best to build the tension to make that drop feel really satisfying, and also like it's not coming out of nowhere, because the rhythm is a bit odd, it's a bit syncopated, and it makes sense once you're there, but I feel like I need to get those dotted eighth notes in there as a theme the whole time so that it doesn't just come right out of nowhere in that breakdown. So let's give it a go. Alright, so I've got something. I've made a riff based on the lead line of the prelude, that electronic intro, and it's grooving pretty hard and dropping into the breakdown pretty nicely. Although for the purpose of the set, I don't know if that's how I would do it, but when these pieces become a full song, maybe the second time that breakdown comes back around, it can just come straight out of the verse, which I guess is what this section would be. I originally made it with that double time beat in mind, as I mentioned before, but I then tried it with more of just like a really groovy beat, which you'll hear, and it works really well, and I think works a lot better as the first thing you hear when the band comes in. It kind of has a bit more groove to it, and it invites you to groove. So yeah, probably come back and do that double time the second time the riff comes around. The reason I thought about doing double time first is because that break beat that swells up into the transition into the riff kind of made me feel like something more fast-paced would fit well, but I like what I've got here more. I've also still got the riff in that double time beat, like I said, because it drops really nicely into the breakdown, so I'll show both to show where both are at. But I think for the first time that we drop into the Genesis breakdown in the set, I'm going to build it right back up from nothing after this first groove introduces the band, I guess. Anyways, this is what it sounds like. So yeah, I'd say I'm pretty satisfied with that for now. I'm really glad that it came together the way it did, following that theme. I think it's sounding pretty cool, the two of them together. When you hear them one after another, it's pretty clear, like... Yeah, cool stuff. So yeah, I bridged that gap now, I guess, nearly. I need to make a build up, but the main sections are there. To be honest though, maybe building that tension is going to be the toughest bit, because I really want that first drop to be really satisfying. Like, no one in the room should be standing still, even if they've never fucking seen us before. So yeah, I'm getting there.